Good evening and welcome to the Village of Richfield Springs, June 9th, Village Board meeting. We're currently waiting for a quorum, and until we get one, we can't do any business. Can't entertain any informational comments, though, if anybody has anything they need to say. No, huh?
I'd like to check to see if you guys can hear me.
Check. Got that, Joe.
Cool, thanks. Robin?
Yes.
I talked to Tim Proctor today, and he had got information that he might be getting chips along with possibly us too.
Yes, that was in today's mail. I will forward that.
Nice.
I forwarded that to Julie, I think. He didn't say that he was getting it, did he?
He had a
Lucy.
paper showing how much he was supposed to be getting for this year, and it actually, he had lost some from last year.
Yeah, he did. The allocation is there, but we're not certain that we're going to get what's allocated.
Okay.
But that's good. Hey, Luke, we have a quorum.
Hey, everyone.
Dale, you want to call the roll?
I'm just writing down the time. Yes, hang on.
Quick before we get motion sick from Luke's car.
No, I'm not moving. I'm fired.
Okay. Trustee Van Riper.
Yes.
Trustee Walchitsky.
Yes.
And Mayor Mosher.
Yes, thank you. Now, welcome to the Village Board meeting for June 9th, 2020. Let's begin with our property maintenance report. Officer Roberts.
As of right now, we got nothing to bring it up as a public nuisance because it's not within a 10-day span of the write-ups. As you guys all saw, I sent every trustee and the mayor, along with the clerks, a list of write-ups that happened within 48 hours. As you could tell, there was 27 write-ups, along with 5 phone calls of other properties I did not write. I made phone calls to, because sometimes it's questionable if they would get the letter, so I at least know how to contact them by phone. It's a high number. We are beyond the halfway point of where I am for the whole entire spring and summer season. I think that's a mix of maybe the whole COVID situation, but in the same sense, so it's you still got to maintain your property. It's a mix of rubbish and debris, to a lot of lawns. The letters went out. Unfortunately, I put Dale and Harriet really to work a lot in the last few days. I'm pretty sure they dread watching me walk in. Some of these have remedied them themselves through the letters. I've gotten a lot of phone calls, and some have not done anything yet. And there's going to be more letters going out. But like I said, there's a lot of phone calls. A lot of people are a little perturbed, but I don't mean to be rude. I know there's every situation out there, everything's circumstantial, and that's what the public needs to know, that these letters are to do what those few people that did. Call me. The public needs to call me, needs to tell me what's going on, talk to me, because we can work with them. If we find out something's broke down or something like that, okay, I can keep people off your back for a short period of time. But if the calls aren't there, they're not communicating, then yes, we will move to the next step. But it is what it is. It's people got to get back in the swing of things and maintain things, because as you know, we've run certain circumstances where there seems out of control, where we end up with a rodent problem. And all of these things contribute to more infestations of stuff, not mowing your grass, not taking care of the rubbish and debris. These are all hiding spots for rodents.
All right, well, thanks for your work. And we are going to be talking to somebody, I believe, about filling your shoes for a few months.
Yes. I spoke with her today, and she said that Monday or Tuesday next week, if the mayor is available, she would drive out and meet with me and the mayor.
Okay, that is 15th or 16th.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, at her convenience, if possible, noontime,
That might be a little tougher for her.
after
but
5? After 5?
After 5, probably.
Much better, okay.
I'll double check on that after 5. She is currently a zoning officer out in Lawrence. She does code enforcement for the town of Milford, the town of Worcester, and works for Otsego County Code Enforcement part-time. She also does zoning someplace else. She does live in Lawrence. As she stated that she would do what she can to help fill in my shoes and try to be here as much as she can for the village and stuff like that.
All right, I'm willing to go out and meet her, but if she comes here, I can give her a little tour of the village.
Sure.
Okay, good. All right, and
No,
either, who's there?
Sorry.
Go ahead,
It's
Barb.
I just had a question for Joe.
Yep.
The people on the nuisance list, are they a lot of repeats or are they new people?
Well, it's a combination of both. I call my common flyers. There's a lot on there, and I'm sure that you guys would recognize some of those names. Sometimes you just need a little nudge and say, hey, there's a reminder. Some of them are absentee, owners,
Right.
that live in other towns. There was quite a few new flyers on there. I'd be honest with you. There's quite a few new ones.
Right.
So,
Okay.
but
Thank
I mean, like I
you.
said, they will be. I guarantee they will be reaching out to at least the board members or the mayor. They're not going to be happy. My thing is, I can't write up one property that is a common flyer, and then the one next to it that's at 10 inches. And just because it's not got written up before doesn't mean, at that time it wasn't that. And one called me and said, I have a guy that mows every 2 weeks. I have him scheduled. Well, I happened to catch it when it was right in that time spell. It got mowed, so the notice violation gets filed away. And so, I think that was really hard to try to explain to her. She felt like she was a bad person, and
Oh,
explain to her, you did your job. That's what the letters do. Letters to tell you what the law is and to get you to call me.
all set?
I'm all set.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, good. All right then, that's it from
Yes.
code. Do we have anything? We have representatives from the fire department here or the ambulance corps?
Okay, the ambulance, we started our specs on the new ambulance. It's gonna be a long process for that. We have 12 new members that are into the West Winfield EMT class. They've never seen that ever before. We did have one member pass the EMT class, this month. Also, we're gonna be in need of a mobile hotspot with an iPad for our ambulance. They're allowing us to send cardiac monitor strips to the hospital now when we're on the scene. And that way they could tell if we have a cardiac arrest or if we have a heart attack going, so they can prepare themselves. It's something that's coming down the road. Also, if anyone needs any hand sanitizer, gloves, or masks, I can get them. And I want to get it out to the public that we can do that.
We can put that on our website, Dale?
Yes,
Dale? We can get a note on our website, Captain.
yes.
Okay,
And that's all I have.
okay. Where am I? Oh, from the DPW, Joe Cohn. Anything for us tonight?
Not really.
All right, how are things going? Everybody's back to work? And
Yeah, we're all back to work. All
sidewalks
things
are cleaned up? Yeah,
yep. Still sort of playing catch up, but I think we're gonna be on track by next week, or at least by the end of this month for sure.
All right.
We'll be on track.
very good. I see we put out benches and we are not going to put tables out at the pavilion, is that right?
Correct.
Right, we want to discourage gatherings, right?
Can I ask a question real quick?
Yes,
Are we shutting down the play area, the park? Because technically parks are supposed to be shut down, aren't they? The play areas, the playground areas?
Playgrounds.
no, we are not. And we hadn't had that much activity enough.
Okay.
I think they, last I remember reading, you could have a playground open, but you had to abide by the social, the physical distancing.
Okay.
And when it becomes a problem, that's when you start shutting down playgrounds. That was the last I knew. And if I missed something, somebody should point it out because I
honestly wasn't sure. That's why I asked.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I've seen in my travels, I've seen some open, and I also seen some with
Right.
caution tape around them.
right. How's our pavilion looking, Joe? Are we
In what sense?
looking to start repairs?
Last time I knew, Tony was talking to a couple people about working on it. I don't know
Okay.
what his progress is with that.
All right, and I haven't been back that far, but it didn't look like it was roped off. Does it need to be?
I wish there was a gate around the thing, to be honest, because we've had issues with people trying to like take the picnic tables down, and they've been sitting in there. They've been throwing garbage in there. It's a real mess.
All right,
Would it be beneficial to shut it down completely?
we can't.
We don't
It's-
really have a way to shut it down completely. I
Right.
mean, people are still gonna go in there. I mean,
Right.
if we could build, if we were to ever build a new one, I would definitely suggest like putting those like doors, like the kind that the Vets Club have on theirs, so you could
Slider
shut it
doors.
right down, and no one
Yeah.
could go in there.
We can put it off limits if you need to, and then it's against, then we have a way to drive people out if we catch them.
Right, which means we just call the police.
Well,
that it?
you can technically tell them to leave, and they have to, or they can get written up by one of us,
Okay. I
one
mean,
of our forces.
the only time that I ever see anyone there is when I'm home.
Okay. Okay. We'll put that on the list of things to think about.
Okay.
All right, thanks, Joe. Anything else?
I don't believe so.
All right. Before we get going, and just because we spoke of the park, I was asked about Dale?
What?
Are you
What?
trying to get a word in?
No, my chair is squeaking, and every time it does, that's what's happening.
Okay, all right. I was asked about concerts in the park. As of right now, and I think until at least the end of this week, maybe into next week, we're still having to abide by the groups of 10. That would eliminate any concerts. Mrs. Stone called me the other day and asked what would be my recommendation. I told her I would defer to the board. She wants to not necessarily plan the first few concerts, but maybe some at the end of the summer when things hopefully are lifted a little. I don't know what we want to tell her, what guidance we want to give her.
Well, I would hate to tell her yes and then have the concerts not be a thing this summer. But at the
Right.
same time, if you tell her not to plan them, or that we would advise against it because we don't think it's possible, then everything opens back up and she has nothing planned. So it would probably be up to her, I would think, you know, if she wants
Yeah.
to plan them, but we only give a go ahead as long as everything is open back up to that standard, you know?
So it is contingent upon the next executive orders.
I would think.
We're about to enter phase 3. I don't think that changes the gathering limits. And I haven't seen recommendations for stage 4 yet.
But I did see they're allowing graduations up to 150 people outdoors or something
Yeah,
like that.
but those are, I think, more along the lines of an essential gathering.
Okay.
I think that might be what they're distinguishing.
Okay.
Because anywhere I see it still says non-essential gatherings of 10 or fewer people are allowed.
Okay.
So I'm guessing, and since they had a special executive order just for school graduations. We
Well,
just
that
lost
makes
somebody.
sense.
Okay. All right, so then I will tell her to use her best judgment and she will be permitted contingent upon the executive orders that follow tonight. Okay, good, thank you. Before we go any further, we have boards and committees to speak with tonight. And the first one is the Water Sewer Board. We have 2 issues on the table for you tonight. We have a strange water read. A property that had not been reading for several years and had been billed for the minimum usage for several years, I believe, all of a sudden started reading and came up with a 48,000 gallon read. Everybody knew that wasn't correct, but the bills have gone out and we need to adjust that bill. Even if they hadn't gone out, we still need to adjust the bill and give the clerk permission to adjust that bill. I asked that either Doug or Chris go and assure me that there was no leak, and they did. There is no leak. This was just a spontaneous read by the equipment. I don't know if it'll read next month, but it read this month. So we need permission to allow the clerk to adjust that bill so that it goes back to normal. That's an egregious billing by any standard.
Okay.
So if that's all right, I'll entertain a motion. Dale, do you have anything to add to that? The facts of that?
Is that the one that I sent you all the information on?
Yes, and you're good with just getting a motion to adjust it?
Yeah, so I just wanted to make sure because the amount was 51,101. You said 48. So I just want to make sure we're talking about the same one.
Did I? Yeah, that was the read. I was looking at the consumption. Sorry. That was the difference between last month and this month.
Yeah, okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, I just have to do the adjustment.
Okay, so if I may have an motion to make the adjustment to that. Do you need any more information about that? Account number 36800?
I don't.
Okay, motion to approve that adjustment and rebill.
I will make a motion to do so.
And a second? I'll second it. We'll get a vote?
Yes.
Trustee Van Riper,
Yes.
trustee Walshipski?
I think we lost her.
Yeah, we did.
All right,
Yeah.
we'll
She's on,
come,
but still.
we'll come back to that vote then. How's that? Flag it, Dale. Don't let me forget it.
I thought you seconded it.
I did, but we need to vote.
Okay,
All right, we'll get that when she gets back online.
okay.
We'll have to wait a minute till she comes home.
All right, I'm gonna sign off, guys. You guys have a good night.
All right, thank you. Dale, do you have a spare phone you can call her with? I don't even know if she knows she's not on.
Well, she was on the phone, then the phone hung up.
Oh,
I'm just gonna give her.
I saw her
she's trying to use
video
her
on
phone.
there.
Yeah, she was.
yeah, it's
I'm
not
just gonna
there
give her a
now.
minute because if she's trying to phone in, I don't want to
Yeah,
interrupt her
sure,
call.
sure.
I'll be happy to be back in person next meeting, maybe.
I would hope so. That's one thing on our agenda tonight. I want to talk about that.
I'm just gonna have to quit working so late. Go back to my normal time.
Need a letter from the mayor?
Yes. No,
Get
it
a letter
snuck up
from your,
on me tonight.
I think the letter from your mother will work better.
Yeah, probably. That's a safe bet.
She's back.
All right. There she is.
Are you back, trustee Walshipski?
Not yet, connecting.
Oh,
There she is. Trustee Walshipski, are you with us?
Again. Yes, I'm back.
All right, good. Now we have on the table a vote to adjust the water bill for account 36,800. It's been motioned and seconded. We need a vote. We have, you want to call the vote, Dale?
trustee Luke, trustee Van Riper,
I'm back.
Yes.
trustee Walshipski. Mayor Mosher.
Yes, thank you. We were presented with a revision of the water sewer forgiveness policy. Has anybody had a chance to look at that? No?
No, I haven't. No.
All right, let's put that back on the agenda for next week. There you are.
Will do.
Let's put that back on the agenda so everybody gets a chance to look at it. So I had a few questions, but I
The
want to,
revision policy just says. Okay. Okay.
okay. I think she froze again.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Climate Smart Communities Task Force. I was just asked to
Okay.
confirm that we're still interested in being part of the greenhouse gas inventory that they're going to engage in. And I said, yes, we're happy to contribute and
You
participate.
didn't understand what.
Trustee Walshipski? All right. We have a few communications. Dale, can you help me out with those?
we received a request from Jim Jordan. He would like to have a metered hydrant at 75 Main Street for tree watering, which is the old Patterson property next to the school where all new trees are planted.
Mhm.
I don't know
It's
if it's possible, but I can send it on.
It's just the sale of water. We've done that before, right? We sold water to individuals before.
Yes, I remember doing it.
Yes. We bill them at, well, this will be the in-house rate, right, Dale?
I have no idea.
Yes, this is how we do it. You bill the in-house rate because it's an in-house property, in-village property, I'm sorry. You don't bill the line fee. You don't bill administrative fees, but you bill it at the rate, the going rate, whatever consumption is, you bill it the same as you would an ordinary bill. Rate
So
wise.
somebody's gonna so somebody will meter it and then they'll give me the meter number or something?
Yeah, Doug will meter it.
Okay,
Okay, and I don't know how long that's gonna go on, but probably once a month you'll get a bill. Or you'll get a read from Doug.
okay,
But you just have to work that out with him, the details out with him, but that's how we do it. We usually sell it to people in trucks. That's the only difference.
okay.
Okay. So if there's no objection, we will make that sale.
I'm
You
good
need-
with it.
You need a vote, Dale, or can we just sell it?
We can just sell it.
All right, then. You have one more communication also regarding water sewer.
Pretty much it's Joseph Nicolosi who was re-levied because he had a leak before he went on vacation. He does not get his mail forwarded to him. While he's in Florida each year, he comes back to his mail. So he never saw that it was re-levied. He never paid on his bill. So he wants basically just to pay the November bill and call it a wash. Essentially, nothing we could do. Situation the same as last meetings.
That's right. That we decided that last meeting, we can't unlevy a bill.
Right.
So he denied again then, Dale.
Okay.
Okay,
Yep.
Just because I don't think there's any way to legally unlevy it. I think once it's in, it's in.
that's right.
And that's not even on us anymore. That's to do with the county, and that, it's unfortunate that it is that way, but I truly believe that that's our right course of action in this situation.
Okay,
As I.
all right. Moving on. Did we talk about the chest compression? Captain Wellington,
We haven't yet.
would you please?
Okay. New York State EMS has changed their policies on cardiac arrest patients when we get to a scene. They no longer want us transporting patients doing CPR. They feel it's unsafe for us, and we are getting to the point where we don't have the manpower to continue doing the CPR. Just recently, the past couple months, we hooked up with West Winfield ALS, who has a chest compression, and they used the device on our patient, and the patient was legally dead. We brought her back to life. Before she got to the hospital, she was talking. We felt with the fire department and ambulance that we need a device like that, because to pull CPR for an hour, hour and a half, it's not called for. The device is expensive, but it's worthwhile.
How long do they last? What's the useful life of one of those?
They've been going 10 to 15 years with no problems. They have a warranty, I think, of, it should be on there,
Okay,
10 years, I think.
good.
But
Can you get some?
we actually seen it, and it's a good device.
Is this something you can get a quote on?
We've got 2 quotes. I think Dale has both of them.
Okay. And you've done your best to get a third.
Yeah, there, not too many companies make these.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right, so, is that coming up for us tonight? Do you need to order that?
We would have to order it.
Well,
We decided to go with the Zoll one because we have a Zoll cardiac monitor that goes right along with it.
Oh, okay.
So that's why we decided. And also when we go to get the hotspot, that is a Zoll as well. So it goes right with the monitor.
Okay, so you hear the captain's recommendations. We do have 2 quotes, and his recommendation carries a bit of weight with most of us, I think.
Yeah.
And for that reason, he knows what he's talking about. What were can you tell me the prices of the quotes, just so that the public can hear it? On the
I want to
quotes?
say the Zoll was 14,500, I think, Dale.
No, 14,220 is the total, and then the MME was 14,995.
Okay,
Okay, so it's still the cheaper one.
right.
Okay. My recommendation is that we pull the monies from the reserve. That's quite a chunk of money. So before we need to have a permissive referendum to get those monies,
To set them aside.
to bring them out of reserve, to use them
Okay.
for this purchase. Does anybody object to using that reserve for that purpose?
No.
That's what it's for, and we'll have time to pump it up before your ambulance gets here.
Okay.
Are we working on grants for the ambulance?
We're looking at some of them, yes.
Good, good. Dale, what's the course of action here? Before we can approve the bill, don't we have to approve the transfer from reserves, or can we do them together?
You have to make a motion to authorize the purchase post the permissive referendum, the 30-day wait period. And then I publish it in the legal newspaper.
Okay. So can you word that so somebody can,
It's actually a resolution. We've done them in the past. It's basically, I need a resolution to authorize the purchase post permissive referendum from the Fire Department Capital Reserve Fund.
all
Fire
right.
Department equipment.
Okay. Will somebody please make that motion?
I'll make a motion to do so.
All right, and a second?
Second.
All right, and a vote.
Trustee
Yes.
Van Riper, Walshipski, Mayor Mosher.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. While you're at it, Chief, Captain, how about telling us about the Scott compressors, air compressors?
Well, I don't know much about that, but I have to leave for an ambulance call.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Thank you. Dale, can we get that back on for next week, please? Next meeting?
Yep.
Thank you. 'Cause I can't remember the date, 7:30. DPW is purchasing a mower that was in our budget to come from the reserves. We need a permissive referendum to get those monies out of the reserve. Trustee Van Riper.
Yes.
Okay, no, you didn't do anything yet. I just lost your visual.
Oh. Who, mine?
I'm back.
Thank you.
Sorry.
A similar resolution, Dale, right, to the fire department?
And that's for the 5450, the $5,450?
Yes.
Okay, yes.
Resolution then to authorize the purchase of, after the resolution, or after the permissive referendum rather, to purchase the Ferris mower for $5,450.
So moved.
And a second,
And I'll second.
and a vote, please.
Trustee Walshipski,
Yes.
Trustee Van Riper,
Yes.
Mayor Mosher.
Yes.
Is that the only thing that we've gotten for that mower? Sorry to interrupt.
Only, that's okay, interruption. What do you mean, is that the only thing?
Well, because as far as I know, it's supposed to be like 9 something, not
I thought you had
5,400.
trade-in on that.
Yeah, that was with the trade-in. Supposed to be 9 something. Unless they haven't billed for the other stuff that we haven't gotten yet. But I can't imagine it being that much.
It says miscellaneous sale for $38.70, fast vac, 3 bags. Is that a part?
Oh, yeah.
Nichols?
Yeah, that's part of it too.
That's 93.20.
Yep, that's right.
93.20? Okay, so for 93.20, gotcha.
Okay,
Just checking.
that's good check, good
Thank
catch,
you.
thank you.
Thanks, Joe.
All right,
No
so
problem.
modify the resolution, please, for that amount, $9,320, if the numbers I heard were correct.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Let's talk about our next meeting, shall we? I'd like to
Yeah.
get, I'd like to get
Oh,
at least the
yes.
board together. Maybe we could explore a couple of options right now. Does anybody have any suggestions? I have one, and that would be to continue. Go ahead, trustee Walshipski, you have one?
I was just saying, if the library isn't available, could we meet in the parking lot or outside somewhere?
Yes, that's a good idea. I spoke with the library board and the library supervisor, and they have no problem with us getting back into the memorial room.
Oh, good.
I don't think we can allow public back in yet because the gathering could exceed 10.
Mhm.
I would suggest we continue to live stream, but maybe we will live stream all of us from one location. We'll set up a camera and some audio, and then we can continue to have the Zoom from the village office, just like we're doing now, except the board will be in the same place rather than separated. We'll have some public hearings coming up. I know that the judge will be hearing court outside. We're about to set up a tent for her on the lawn beside the parking lot. I didn't think of it until it was too late, but I'm going to talk to her and see if it would be okay if we use the tent as well. And use that for outdoor gatherings. We could keep people separated well enough to have a meeting. We could also conduct hearings. Otherwise, we can't conduct a hearing. All right,
That sounds
I
good.
shouldn't say that. It's more difficult to conduct a hearing. We have conducted hearings. But it'll be much easier for property maintenance hearings.
Mhm.
Okay. So if
I agree.
it's all right with you, we'll expect the 4 of us to meet in the memorial room. Dale will be downstairs. We can invite any of the department heads. We still don't exceed 10 if we do that. So everybody that's here tonight will be invited. And then we'll live stream so that the public can continue to hear us. Zoom will continue to record us.
That sounds great.
All right. So that, well, let's
Yep.
plan on that. Then the 30th, is that our next meeting?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Next meeting then. Look forward to seeing you there. Okay. With all that business done, if we waive the reading of the minutes, does anybody have objection to approving them?
No.
Any questions regarding the minutes?
No.
Okay, how about a motion to adopt those minutes?
Approved.
So moved.
And a second.
Yep.
Call it, Dale.
What-
You got them both at the same time.
Okay.
Trustee Walshipski,
Yes.
trustee Van Riper,
Yes.
Mayor Mosher.
Yes. I would like to hold the treasurer's transfers for one more meeting. I had a few things that I had questions on. If anybody had questions, send them to me and I'll take them, or you can call the treasurer yourself. But I wanted to discuss a couple of things before we close out 2020. Cemetery Sexton Guylitz, you're here tonight, aren't you?
I am. Really, I am.
You are. I saw there was a bill, so our fence is fixed, right?
Yes, it is. Thank goodness. They did it very promptly and very well.
All right.
The only thing I have is I will be asking for proposals for removing and or trimming trees. Some of them are quite bad and need to come down before we have further damage.
Okay,
I believe all the monuments for this year, or this season anyway, are okay. So perhaps we can put that off for a year, but we do need to get the trees done.
okay. Could you have that discussion with Superintendent Bourne? He may be in looking for trees to be cut also.
Okay,
Maybe you can get somebody here to do the whatever needs to be done all at once.
a combination, right?
Yeah, save somebody some steps.
Okay.
All right, thanks. Anything else?
And that's all I have. Thank you.
All right, good to hear from you. Clerk Barra, what do you have tonight? You have 2 abstracts.
Abstract 26. Hang on, I have all these other papers in front of me and I got them like a little rustling here.
Okay,
Okay. So we are going to deduct the $30 from the A fund on voucher 464. That would be $930 rather than $1,000, so it's going to be $930.51. And then that way, the water fund will be $1,529.22. Sewer fund, $6,155.43. Cemetery fund, $240 for a total of $16,931.16.
okay, motion to approve abstract 26 and pay all the claims with at least 1 signature. And I will ask trustee Walshipski, will you have a minute tomorrow to sign the rest of the vouchers that I missed?
I don't have any vouchers.
Do you have time to go to the office and sign a couple?
Yep.
Would you please?
Yep.
All right, then you can pay, then we'll pay any of those that are signed tomorrow.
What time?
You can arrange that with the office, whatever they want to pay them.
Julie will
Yeah.
usually be in about 12 to noon or noon to 1 to start them. So anytime before that would be great.
Okay, I'll try and be there by 10 or so.
10, 11, that would be great.
And if for
Okay.
some reason you get hung up, give me a call. I can get there noontime.
I'll probably be there.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, then a motion to pay the claims on abstract 26.
I'll make a motion.
And a second.
Second.
And a vote.
Trustee Van Riper,
Yes.
trustee Walshipski, trustee Walshipski,
Yeah.
and Mayor Mosher.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
And now you have abstract number 1, same conditions.
I do. For abstract number 1, general fund, $970.12. Water fund, $101.50. Sewer fund, $43,739.36 for a total of $44,810.98.
Motion to approve. That's a nod from trustee Van Riper.
Yes, motion to do so. I was waiting.
That's okay. I'll second it. And a vote?
Trustee Van Riper,
Yes.
trustee, or Mayor Mosher,
Trustee Walshipski?
Oh,
I was gonna get there. All right,
Yeah, I
go by
know.
the way the vote, I was going by the motions.
Oh,
All right,
sorry,
trustee
yes.
Walshipski? Trustee Walshipski?
She just went out.
she's off, Dale.
All right, we'll give her a minute to get back on. You want to go through the rest of your list now? Oh, before you go, that was abstract number 28, wasn't it?
26.
We had an extra abstract in the beginning of the year, and this was an extra abstract, wasn't it?
The last abstract at the last meeting was 25, this one's 26, and then
Oh.
one for the new fiscal year.
Sorry, I'm thinking
That's
payrolls.
okay.
Go ahead.
That's okay.
All right,
Actually, I had forwarded the updated abstract, it was all food for thought. The property tax collection to date is $62,830.58. The clerk fees for May 2020 were $30, and a check was given to Treasurer Seaman on June 1st for the same. And then just about other renovations for the village office, looking to just put that out there for ideas.
Hadn't we talked about cutting a window?
Yeah, nobody in this office likes that.
But it might be what services us best.
We don't think so.
Can
We
you
like the idea of the door as originally discussed.
say I lost you for a minute. What'd you say?
We'd prefer the half door so that it's in the visual. If there's a hole cut in the wall, it's a blind spot where anyone out here, we can't see.
Okay.
And if Harriet, yeah, and if it's only a part-time person in that room, I would never know if someone's there. I just like the idea of if someone's at the village office, we would be able to see them.
Okay. I still have reservations about that counter area. Okay, so I guess we have to go with a plan of action to open up anyway. So
Yeah.
all things as they are right now, how would you plan to open?
Well, that's just it. I just put things out there so everybody could,
Yeah.
kind of think about. We really quite didn't have a conversation, the three of us together about it. So
Oh, okay.
when we did, we kind of came up with that.
Okay.
And if the library is to open, before the village office, we just have to have that door on the upstairs stairwell to be fixed so that it latches. It doesn't latch at all, and it's, just swings open.
The door on the upstairs?
Stairwell. that goes up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so it was just things we thought of and I put on the agenda, just.
Okay. I see the
And the
phone
phone
up.
upgrade, I was supposed to get a phone call back from the phone upgrade people. He called me yesterday and he's still has to do something at the water plant is what he said, but he did not call me back today, unfortunately. So I'm looking forward to him calling me tomorrow so we
Okay.
can get going with that as well.
Great. All
And that
right.
is all I have.
Thank you. We need to talk about the fence around Allen's Lake before I give up the floor here. In 2017, we signed a contract to have 3 areas of the village properties logged. And for that, we were given over $22,000. The purpose for the money was dedicated to putting a fence around Allen's Lake. All right. We have 2 quotes. I don't know why it came in 2 parts, but you have them in your email. One was for almost 11,000. One was for about 8,000. So a total of $19,000, and Doug gets the fence that he wants. Problem is he couldn't get more than one quote. He has one guy that returned an email saying he would not quote. And after that, he's had trouble getting any quotes. And we've had that money sitting there for a few years now. Does anybody not believe that we didn't do our due diligence in trying to secure 3 quotes? It's just.
I think it's all right.
What kind of a fence are we talking?
I don't.
I mean, is it something,
It is. I have it right here. Oh, that's the wrong one.
Galvanized mesh.
Thank you. I had the wrong email up.
It's
Galvanized
like a
mesh.
standard chain link fence, I
Yes.
believe.
Yes.
And I don't think he has any gates on it. He just has small openings, right, Dale?
I didn't see any gates quoted, correct?
Yeah. So we need to, we don't have the money in reserve. We have the money in the A fund, but it is segregated. All we need to do is make a budget modification to move the monies to pay for the, first we have to engage, but that's what we will do. We'll move the monies to pay for the bill.
Thank,
We'll give trustee Walshewski a minute here. There you are. So can we approve the quote? And ask Doug to go ahead and get it going?
yeah,
And then we'll have a budget modification at that time. Who's talking?
Yes.
Okay, good. Now I'll turn it over to trustee Van Riper.
well, I was
I'm
trying
gonna
to have
lose my
something for
connection again.
tonight.
Okay. Still working on it?
Yes, it's gonna be next meeting, but I'll hope to send everybody an email ahead of our next meeting so everybody can look it over and we can be in agreement prior to our meeting.
Okay,
And then that way we can go from there. I
Is it
thought
for
I'd
the-
have it done by tonight, but I didn't. So
okay. Is it for the stop signs?
yes, it is.
Okay, I will find the protocol for that, but there's a special procedure for enacting a law.
Okay,
And part of it is you getting that all ready and then giving it to us and having it rest for just a few days. I think it's like 7 or 8 days. Dale would know better. And then
Okay.
we go forward with the next steps.
okay,
Okay? So I'll get
Okay.
that to you, but,
yeah.
okay. Thanks for doing that.
So if I can present that before our next meeting then and let it rest for 7 or 8 days, then we can possibly approve it at our next meeting.
We can go to the next step. Yes.
Okay, okay.
Yep, that would be great.
So that's what we'll shoot for then. I'll try to have it done maybe tomorrow or the following day. I'll work on it tonight when I get home. So
Good. You have an extra half a week because we don't meet until the 30th.
okay,
But the law is it has to be aging on the desks of the trustees, and for all intents and purposes in the email is aging on a desk.
okay.
Okay,
Sounds great.
all right, good. Trustee Walshewski,
We need a motion to pay the fence.
no,
yeah.
he has to, is that the quote?
I have nothing.
Well, Mayor, we also needed a vote earlier when Trustee Walshewski cut out, I think, on the second abstract also.
No, we got that one.
Okay,
It was for the Damian water bill.
We got that one too. She came
okay,
in,
never mind then.
yep. The only one we were waiting on was,
The Williams fence quote.
yes, now.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right, thanks. So, yeah. She popped in just as we were going to the next topic each
Okay.
time.
okay.
So a motion then to approve the quote for Allen's Lake fencing from
Williams fence.
Williams Fencing. Thank you for, give me the total amount. I lost that on my computer.
The north fence, $10,939.88, and the south fence, $8,010.68, 58 cents.
So for a total of $18,950.46. Motion
I'll make a motion.
and a second. And a vote.
Second,
Trustee Walshewski,
yes,
Trustee Van Ryk,
yes.
Yes.
and Mayor Mosher.
Yes, thank you. Trustee Walshewski, do you have any comments for tonight?
No.
Okay, thank you. If there is no further business, then I will entertain a
hear me?
motion. Yes, we did. Thank you.
No.
Entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion.
And a second. And a vote.
Van
And
Ryk,
yes.
Trustee Van Ryk,
Yes.
Trustee Walshewski.
Second.
Mayor Mosher.
Yes.
Yes.
All
Yes,
right, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Next meeting, we'll see you from the halls of the Village Library.
Sounds great.